For quite some time now, many of you have been asking how I personally take my entries, what I wait for, what I look at, and how I manage, many times, to have little to no drawdown in a trade. So in today's video, I'm going to reveal my secret. I'm going to show you how I enter, what I need to see, and how I manage, in many cases, to get in already in favor of the move. Let's get into it. Here we are on the chart that I know you all love. Videos related to strategy always get a lot of support, so it was about time to make one. Now, without further delay, let's get to work. I've chosen a specific week to explain because I really like it. It's a week where I made a lot of profit. Every single day was very good, and I want to show you that this is truly something that can happen on a daily basis. In other words, all the trading days of that week played out well. It doesn't have to happen with this level of perfection every time, but I want you to see that an entire week went well. So how are we going to do this? We're going to do a kind of backtesting using the 4-hour candles and my entries. We'll leave aside the whole bias topic and things like that. Otherwise, the video would end up being very long. We'll just have to assume it. What I'm going to show you is the actual entry point and what I personally wait for when taking my trades. Let's start with the first day right here. And now we're going to look at what I personally would have done to take my entry. Going straight to the point, my entry can be summed up as turtle soup plus order block. For me, this is the perfect combination to take entries. Let's break it down. What does turtle soup mean? In the case of, for example, the 4-hour candle, when price takes the low of the previous candle, or even the low of the same candle, and then reacts, that is a turtle soup. Turtle soup means taking a low or a high and getting a reaction. It's not just about taking the high or taking the low, but taking it and seeing the reaction afterward. The same applies to the example up here. This is a turtle soup. Is this here a turtle soup? No, it's not a turtle soup because there is no reaction, okay? So, now that we understand what a turtle soup is, let's zoom in here. What is an order block? Many of you probably already know what it is, but for those who don't, an order block is, imagine a market that is already in a bullish trend. The last bearish candle before that change in trend is the order block. So we mark it out. This here would be an order block. This here would be an order block. And in a bearish scenario, this here would also be an order block, okay? So let that concept be clear. It's the last candle, in this case, a bearish one, before a change in trend. Up here it's the same, this one right here, okay? Now that it's clear what an order block is, let's look at what I mean when I say that my entry is based on the combination of turtle soup plus order block. This happened during the Asian session, and I couldn't trade it, but just so you can see how my entry would have worked. If we go to the 4-hour chart, we can see that we have a turtle soup here. If we go down to the 1-hour chart, we also have a turtle soup. You can see it here as well, both on the 4-hour and the 1-hour candles. And now, if we go to the 15-minute chart, at what point do I take my entry? I take my entry right here. The order block forms at the moment when a bullish candle closes above the last bearish candle. I use the 15-minute time frame, okay? I never go lower than 15 minutes, and my entry confirmation is that a 15-minute order block forms. That's where my entry would have been. Why don't I enter here? Even though I already know there is turtle soup plus bullish direction, entering here means this can happen, and I don't want to enter when the chart is still against me. I want to enter when the chart is already in my favor. So I wait for the bullish reaction, and I enter here, already aligned with the move. The stop loss, to be safe, has to go below the turtle soup. If your trade idea is correct, price should not make another low. In this case, it was a bit tight. I attribute that to it being the Asian session and so on. But under normal conditions, there shouldn't be that much drawdown, and it shouldn't make a new low, okay? You're already entering in the direction of the trend. Now, this was during the Asian session, and I missed it. So how could we have entered during the London or New York session? Well, I use exactly the same approach. Here we're going to look for a turtle soup on any time frame. For example, on the 1-hour chart we have these here. The only valid one is this candle. You can see how it takes the lows of these candles, so this is the only candle that gave us a turtle soup to the upside. We wait for that, and once we see it, what do? The same as always. We wait for the order block to form, in this case right here. At the moment this candle closes above that one, the order block is formed, and therefore we can already take our long positions. The stop loss goes below the turtle soup, and we had the perfect trade. I don't remember the exact target anymore, whether it was this high here or maybe there were higher highs, but this is just so you can understand the logic behind all of this. For these continuation setups, you can use the exact same concept. In this case, price doesn't manage to close above, so you would have to enter once and then it keeps moving up. But when price is pulling back, if you want to look for a continuation, you shouldn't enter immediately. It's better to wait for a new order block to form so you can buy again. When does the trend end? If you pay attention, the first point where you could have tried to look for a sell. It happened exactly when a bearish order block formed. I'm not saying that the trade has to play out right there, but that's the key point. If you pay attention, there are no bearish order blocks anywhere in this area. There is one here, yes, but the objective hasn't been completed, or the one up here either. Because of all this, you could simply discard any sell ideas. Even if you were bearish, you could ignore shorts just because there was no order block. This alone already removes a huge amount of potential mistakes. Even if you're wrong many times, in this area you don't sell, you don't sell, you don't sell, you don't sell, you don't sell. Why don't you sell even if you really want to? Because you don't have an order block. When do you have the order block? Right here. This is where you sell. Now, I don't remember if it hit take profit or went to break even, but at least it's no longer a stop loss like before. This already becomes a much cleaner situation. So with that said, let's move on to the next example. I hope the first one is clear. Turtle soup plus order block equals the entry. Let's go to the 4-hour chart to see what happened next. Here we can see that there was a bit of choppy price action because there was a news release around mid-morning. So during the London session, price moved sideways for a while. In London, the same thing happened again. The moment the order block formed, we had the long entry. What happened next? It failed to reach the target because we had another news release later on. So what do we have to do to look for our entry during the New York session? We go back to the 4-hour chart. We get a turtle soup on the 4-hour candle. Absolutely perfect. Then we drop down to the 15-minute chart, wait for the order block to form, and once we have confirmation that the order block is there, we can place our trade on the next candle. The stop loss goes down here, which is quite safe, and from there, we could look for bullish targets. What did I tell you about bias? We're not going to go into that now, but just so you can see it clearly. I don't enter here, I don't enter here, and I don't enter here. I only enter once price is already in my favor, and the order block is the confirmation I personally use to enter. Does this mean you have to get a retest of the order block? That there are orders sitting there? Honestly, that part doesn't matter that much to me. I only use it to see that there is a change in trend after the turtle soup, because entering directly on the turtle soup can feel a bit riskier to me. The idea can be correct and still stop you out, and that's something I don't like. If my idea is correct, I want it to play out cleanly and safely. I don't like getting taken out even when the idea itself is right, as you can see from this example. And it's more of the same. If we were here looking for shorts during all this time, there isn't a single 15-minute order block forming that could trap us into trying to sell. The only one around here, for example, did exist, but it's the same idea. This one here could have gone to break even, or even to take profit. This one could very well have been a TP, simply by waiting for the 15-minute order block to form and then selling. If you pay attention, it's 15-minute order block for buys, 15-minute order block for sells, 15-minute order block for buys, and so on. Same thing here as well. This one I don't like that much because it's very high, but it's the same logic. If we're looking for continuations, and it happens lower down, it's exactly what I showed you before. We wait for the 15-minute order block, and then we buy again, okay? I hope you're enjoying this so far. Let's move on to the next day. More or less the same thing happens. News during the New York session and a fairly slow London session. So once again, we go back to the 4-hour chart. We want to buy, so we look here, 4-hour turtle soup. Then we drop down to the 1-hour chart, 1-hour turtle soup as well. How do we know when we can actually buy? Now we go to the 15-minute chart and wait for the order block to form. Does an order block form here? No. At what point do we get the first buying signal? Right here, when this order block forms. Once we see the next candle, we can enter. The stop loss is safe down here. I usually place it below the turtle soup, but if you place it here, nothing bad is going to happen either. Many times, if price moves like this, it's because it has to move like that anyway. But let's place it around here. Targets to the upside, and here we have what would be the trade for that day. Once again, it's the same idea. We don't enter when the chart or the price is against us. We enter when price is already in our favor. That's why many of my trades often have little to no drawdown. Because by entering with price already moving in my direction, I get in here and it just goes up straight away. All right, let's see what happened next. We're in the same overall dynamic. We're still bullish. During the London session, there were some bearish moments because bearish turtle soups were forming. So what do we want in order to continue with our bullish trend? We want a bullish turtle soup to form, get confirmation, and then push higher. So I had these targets marked out. This one on the 4-hour chart, and here on the 15-minute chart you can see another low. Because of that, I was expecting price to possibly drop into that area. Now, at what point do I see that price is not going to reach that level and is instead going to continue straight up? If we go back to the 4-hour chart, when the candle opened around the main session open, we had a news release. What do we wait for there? We wait for price to make a turtle soup and see how it reacts. At what moment do you know that this is a turtle soup? The moment you see the reaction, when a 15-minute order block forms. Before seeing that, you don't know whether it's a turtle soup or whether price is going to keep dropping. You don't need a crystal ball to know that. What I want is to adapt to what price is telling me and act according to that. Now let's go to the 15-minute chart and do the candle by candle exercise. We're right here, just about to get the session open candle. What are we paying attention to now? We know this low is likely to be taken. If price needs to keep dropping, it will take it. And if it needs to react and go higher, it will also take it. So we wait to see how this low is taken and then act accordingly. Let's move one candle forward. Here it takes the low and immediately moves up. So I took this trade right around here because I saw the strength in the move up and didn't want to miss it. My targets were these highs, which were the highs from the previous day, so I entered here. If we had waited for the order block to form, we could have entered on the open of the next candle, right here. The stop loss would need to be a bit tighter to get a decent risk-reward ratio, something like this. And here we had our trade for that day. Once again, it's the same idea. Price is dropping, dropping, dropping. How do we know when we can start buying and that price is on our side? At the moment a 15-minute order block forms after the turtle soup. It has to be a combination of both. If you only see an order block but don't have a turtle soup backing it up, it's likely not going to work. On the other hand, if the turtle soup is there and we add the order block, the probability of winning the trade is much higher. Even though down here we could also have had some bearish targets, price was already telling us that we were going higher. And up here, it's the same question again. At what point can we start looking for sells? The moment this bearish order block forms here, we have to wait for a black candle to close below the previous bullish candle, which is exactly what happens now. We can place the entry on the open of the next candle, stop loss above the turtle soup, and at this point we can already start looking for reversals. As you can see, I'm not even using any high time frame context in this exercise. I'm simply looking for turtle soups and order blocks. This was during the Asian session. You wouldn't have to hold this trade too long. I suppose you could take an exit based on time around here. But to show you the logic behind everything, turtle soup, order block, entry. Turtle soup, order block, entry. Add in the bias and the trend direction, and you get a pretty solid win rate overall. All right, let's move on to the last day. The cool thing about this is that you can now go to your charts and backtest it yourself, instead of just taking my word for it, so you can see the logic behind it. Let's see what happened here. If I remember correctly, it was a sell down to these targets, and it's more of the same setup. Let's check the 15-minute chart. We had this upward move, and we were looking for short entries with bearish targets. At what point could we sell? When the 15-minute order block forms. This was around 3 o'clock. We could enter on the open of the next candle. The trade wasn't pretty. There was some drawdown, but we can't control that. We have to stay flexible. As I said before, if the turtle soup is valid, as we saw on the 4-hour chart, it takes the high and shouldn't make a new high, so it should be safe up there. Let's see how the trade developed. It hit take profit again. Now, if we want to look for reversals here, I don't remember exactly how the day ended, but it would be the same process. Wait for a bullish turtle soup to form, as we see here around the session open. If we check the low at 9, it takes this low and hits the target. This is almost like a double turtle soup because it's a low from earlier in the week, which is a turtle soup on the daily time frame, as well as on the 4-hour and 1-hour charts. So it's like a double confirmation. We wait for the order block to form. Here it doesn't because the candle doesn't close above, but here it does. And this is where we could look for our reversal. That's Friday afternoon. I don't remember if it actually triggered, but if a reversal could have happened, it would look like this. If we wanted to sell again, we'd wait for the 15-minute order block and take a short. Obviously, it's not that simple. Every order block won't work. But if we add context, turtle soups, high time frame structure, news, etc., we can get a pretty solid win rate. The same logic applies for continuations. When there's a retracement, here's a gem if you've made it this far. To re-enter, I wait for a new order block to form. For example, here, if I'm not already in the trade, I wait for this order block and then enter again. Same for up here. Retracement, retracement, retracement. Wait for the order block and enter again. Stop loss goes below the turtle soup, tightened a bit, and target above the previous high. You see the logic. It's almost always the same. Turtle soup, order block, and in the direction of the trend. What I love about this entry model is that I can enter with the trend already in my favor. I might sacrifice a bit of risk-reward if the entry isn't perfect, but the win rate goes up significantly simply by waiting for confirmation. If we check lower time frames, you can see the turtle soup forming on the 1-hour and 4-hour charts. Then on 15 minutes, we wait for the order block, and we have our entry. Practically perfect. I used to try to enter right on the turtle soup, chasing the perfect entry. But many times that led to situations like this, or very tight stops where you get taken out. You can't predict exactly if price will stop here or here. What we know is, if it takes a low, say a 4-hour low, it could react immediately, but it doesn't have to. It might move a little further before reacting. That's how I decide when to enter. Entering at the bottom was a bit random, but just waiting for the order block gives a near drawdown free entry. There might be some wicks, but that's it. I'll leave it here. If this video gets a lot of support and you ask in the comments, I'll make a video about exits too. But the entry method should be clear by now. In short, turtle soup, 15-minute order block, and that's it. Nothing more. I don't go lower than 15 minutes because on 5 minutes, there can be seemingly aggressive moves that trap you, making it look like price is ready to reverse. But on 15 minutes, it works much better. I use this entry model, and as I said, I sometimes sacrifice a bit of risk-reward. Entering lower might give a better ratio, but I already know price is in my favor. Otherwise, price could still be moving against me.